Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. And if you enjoy the fanfic, then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic.
What if Naruto became the gamer in the ninja world? Chapter 1. The game has begun. Welcome, player. What the hell? The player has been identified as Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto couldn't believe what he was seeing. A floating blue box with words he couldn't understand. This had to be a genjutsu. What was the seal for disabling genjutsu again? Loading stats. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: The Gamer. Occupation: Academy Student. Level: LV4. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 2000 2000. STR: 6. VIT: 10. Dex: 5. Int: 3. Wis: 3. Luck: 1. Current skills: Shadow Clone Jutsu LVL3. Class: NA. Tutorial quest created. Quest details: learn the intricacies and delve deep into the system of the game. Quest rewards: Express 1000, knowledge of the system. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. No, I have to be hallucinating. Is this a dream? Quest denied. Naruto shook his head, convinced this was all a lucid dream he was experiencing. It had been 2 days since he stole the Forbidden Scroll and fought with Mizuki, and achieved his goal of becoming a genin of the Hidden Leaf. The whole experience was exhilarating enough. He deserved a rest. With a grunt, he fell back to sleep, forgetting the whole box situation instantly. Rays of light entered his small apartment as the sun began rising in the east, signifying the start of day to the entire village of Konoha. Naruto felt his eyes start to slowly blink open, yawning in satisfaction of a good night's sleep. He grinned widely as he saw Iruka's headband perched bracingly on the corner of his desk. Maybe he could sleep for a bit longer. Ding. Player has slept. MP and HP restored. Naruto's eyes widened in horror as his nightmares materialized in front of him. It wasn't a dream, a genjutsu, Naruto thought, forgetting he went through the same process last night. I should have listened to Iruka-sensei's class. Level 4, VIT, class. What's all this? Naruto looked through all his stats in wonder. If it wasn't a genjutsu, it must be, well, he didn't know. But he could understand a bit from the status window. His level was his current ability, and STR most likely stood for strength, but he wasn't sure. But the real question stood. Why was all this happening? New skill achieved. Deduction, LVL1. That's not too bad, Naruto thought with a contemplative look. So if he got better at certain skills, the level would increase. If this thing showed all the skills and talents he had, what's the issue with it? It was just like real life, but he could track his own abilities better. That was all there was to it. Yeah, definitely all there was. No issues whatsoever. Right. Jumping out of bed, Naruto prepared to dress himself. He opened his closet to reveal his infamous orange jumpsuit. Quickly putting it on, he came to realize that the blue box had disappeared. Maybe it was a one-time thing. Ding. Or not. New quest. First step to greatness, created. Quest details. Go to academy, get assigned to a ninja team, and become a ninja of Konoha. Quest rewards. Express 1000, become a true ninja. Failure. Dream of becoming Hokage crushed mercilessly. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. Naruto's eyes widened at the conditions placed next to the failure option. Not become Hokage? Hell no. Did that mean he needed to accept the quest? And what was express? But considering it was in the rewards tab, it couldn't be something bad. What was wrong with accepting the quest anyways? How do I accept the quest? Damn it, I should have taken the tutorial. Yes. Quest accepted. That was easy. Time for some breakfast, Naruto said cheerfully, putting the blue box out of his mind for the moment. Iruka had previously told him that tunnel visioning wouldn't be a good thing for a Hokage to do. If there was one thing the blonde was good at, it was treating things that are really important like a joke. He opened the door to his fridge, and his mood immediately brightened. Instant ramen and milk, what more could a future Hokage want? Would the player like to observe the ingredients? Observe. Sure. Items. Carton of milk, a dozen pack of instant ramen. Observing. Alert. Carton of milk may contain poison. Effects include diarrhea, sickness, and overall weakness. What the spiky blonde shouted. Poison. He drank these regularly. Naruto checked the carton with urgency, before coming to an obvious realization. It's expired, Naruto whispered. No. After the screams of frustration died out, he decided it was best to stick with water for the day, and maybe buy some new cartons when he came back from the academy. Even though I lost some milk, this box seriously just prevented a horrible day from happening. Naruto thought seriously. He finished his breakfast in a hurry, tied on his headband, and made his way to the academy. I wonder who I'm gonna be in a team with. Well, he obviously wanted to be in a team with Sakura the most. Maybe Shikamaru or Choji. Kiba would also be alright, to be fair. Sasuke, he seriously didn't want to be in the same team as the Dobi. They were rivals, competitors. Naruto shuddered. Damn, I'm gonna be late for class. The blonde went by his usual shortcut to the academy, going by roofs, suspicious alleyways, and empty roads. Ding. Skill. Running has increased by 1 level. Running is now LVL 6. Neat. Naruto thought as he rounded the final turn to the academy. He went into the building with confidence, making sure to flash his new headband to every teacher he walked past. And then he went into the class. What's Naruto doing here? Sakura asked instantly, being near the entrance when he entered. Naruto. I thought he failed. Putting on his signature grin, Naruto put a finger to his headband. I'm the future Hokage. Why are y'all so surprised? This headband is Izuka's. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have said that last part. You stole Iruka-sensei's headband? Kiba asked, shocked. Too far, man. No, he gave it to me. I earned it, Naruto exclaimed, quick to crush the misunderstanding. Ding. New skill achieved. Public speaking, LVL 1. He's right, guys. Naruto swerved his head around to meet the eyes of his hero, Iruka-sensei. Tears animatedly poured from his eyes as he profusely thanked the man. After a quick reprimanding, he went to his seat. He had been waiting for this moment for 2 days. The satisfaction of proving the others wrong was more than worth the wait. If there was one thing Naruto loved, it was proving people wrong. That was one of the reasons he was becoming Hokage in the first place. His blue eyes went to the local emo, who looked ahead in contemplation, not sparing a glance to the other students, nor the fangirls sitting around him. HMPH. Think you're so cool. Wait till you see my new jutsu. Naruto smiled in pride as he remembered the jutsu he learned from the Forbidden Scroll. It was the first real jutsu he had ever learned, other than his also infamous henge jutsus. Last night he spent the day making clones and creating conversations with them, which, in hindsight, sounds incredibly lonely. The realization sobered his mood again. This is so boring, Naruto said out loud. When will the teams be announced? Be patient, Naruto, Iruka half shouted from the podium. First period hasn't even started yet. He needed something to appease his boredom. Where was that blue box? And there it was. The shiny, blue box appeared in front of his eyes, visible to only. Wait, was he the only one who could see the thing? Hey Sakura, Naruto yelled to the pink-haired girl. The girl had her patented look of annoyance present on her face as she looked at Naruto. What? And nothing. An awkward pause issues shortly after. Nothing, hee, Naruto said bashfully, hand on his hair. Weirdo. So, that proved another point. Naruto was the only one who could see the shimmering blue box in front of him right now. That made him feel good, for some strange reason. He was special. Level 4, is that low or high? Naruto thought with a frown. I observed the items in my fridge, does that mean I can observe other people? Skill. Deduction has increased by a level. Deduction is now LVL2. Naruto looked at the closest student, who happened to be Shikamaru. The pineapple-headed boy was fast asleep, lightly snoring into the crook of his pale arm. Observing. Observation successful. Name: Shikamaru Nara. Title: N.A. Occupation: Academy student. Level: LV6. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 150 150ths. STR: 2. VIT: 4. Dex: 3. Int: 13. Wis: 6. Luck: 3. What the hell? This is fake. It has to be. Naruto thought in frustration. No way Lazy Bones is higher than me. Int had to mean intelligence, if Shikamaru was so high in it. Naruto noticed how Shikamaru's chakra was also much lower than his own with satisfaction. Was that because of, who cares, honestly? So what if he had a demon in his belly? What's the chance of it suddenly escaping? Naruto realized he didn't actually have an answer for that. So he checked Sakura next. Observing. Observation successful. Name: Sakura Haruno. Title: N.A. Occupation: Academy student. Level: LV2. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 100 100ths. STR: 1. VIT: 2. Dex: 2. Int: 6. Wis: 2. Luck: 5. Naruto winced at what he saw. He wasn't sure whether to celebrate or cry that he was higher than Sakura's level. But he wasn't surprised by the pink-haired girl's stats. Her fights in sparring sessions would usually end up with cat scrambles, any sense of the taijutsu they learned completely absent. Not that Naruto could be talking, he rarely used actual taijutsu in his fights either. Of course, he checked Sasuke's next. Now, Naruto wasn't dumb. He knew that Sasuke was stronger than him currently. He wouldn't be disappointed no matter how severe the difference. He angled a glare at the brooding boy. Observing. Observation successful. Name: Sasuke Uchiha. Title: Last Uchiha. Occupation: Academy student. Level: LV12. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 250 250ths. STR: 9. VIT: 7. Dex: 14. Int: 7. Wis: 4. Luck: 2. What? How? When? Naruto yelled in his mind. Sasuke was an entire 8 levels higher than him. 8. Naruto wasn't sure how to catch up. He wasn't even sure how to level up. Ding. Players can level up by gaining experience points from completing quests or increasing levels of skills. Great. Naruto drawled. I will be announcing the teams now. Naruto's eyes widened as he immediately went into a mode of rapt attention. Even Shikamaru, for once, came out of his slumber. Most of the students had similar expressions, for valid reasons. The team you were assigned into literally had the potential to decide your future for the next few years. Most people hoped they got into teams with their friends, or people they knew were strong in some way. But Naruto just wanted to be in a team with Sakura. Ding. The player is very fortunate that intelligence levels do not decrease. Naruto's eyes twitched. He was tunnel-visioned that he didn't listen to any name that wasn't his own, completely ignoring the cries and shouts of his other classmates as the teams were announced one by one. Team 7 will include Naruto Uzumaki. Now, Sakura Haruno. Yada. Naruto shouted with joy. No way his luck came through for him in such a crucial moment. For someone with luck points of a mere 1, Naruto was thoroughly impressed with himself. And Sasuke Uchiha. Shanaru. Oh no. Opening curly bracket. Dash closing curly bracket. My first impression of you is, you all are annoying. Naruto's sweat dropped. This guy was their Jonin-sensei. Truth be told, even he didn't expect his prank to work on the man. Tall, silver-haired, and face mask on, their sensei looked quite exotic, and if it weren't for the Jonin vest he carried, Naruto wouldn't be surprised if Kakashi wasn't even from their village. He could tell that Sasuke was judging their sensei with detailed scrutiny as well, if the boy's narrowed eyes were any sign. Sakura just looked pissed, but he knew a quick way to check whether their sensei was capable or not. Observe. Observing. Naruto smirked. Time to see whether this old man is the real deal or not. Observation failed. Target's level is too high. Naruto gaped in shock. This means, our sensei is seriously strong. It seemed there were some limits to the blue box thing. The blonde looked up to their sensei in a new light. Would player like a partial observation? Yes, no. Yes. Name: Kakashi Hatake. Title: Copy Ninja. Occupation: Jonin Sensei. Level: HP 100 100ths. MP 100 100ths. Chakra: STR. VIT. Dex: Int. Wis. Luck. Damn it, Naruto mumbled to himself, drawing a strange look from Sasuke. Copy ninja? What does that mean? Well, Kakashi sighed. Let's start with introductions. Like what? Sakura asked. Likes, dislikes, hobbies, dreams, and more. Then why don't you start first? You're our sensei, after all, Naruto asked in wonder. For once, I agree with Naruto, Sakura grumbled. Kakashi put a hand on his chin. Naruto felt his hand start to twitch in annoyance. He had a feeling that their sensei would do this a lot. And the blonde was definitely not patient in any way, shape, or form. All right, I'm Kakashi Hatake. I have no desire to tell you kids about my likes and dislikes. Dreams. I have a lot of hobbies, I guess. Naruto waited for him to continue. And waited. That's it, Naruto blurted out. Sakura looked peeved. He just said his name. Kakashi sighed again. Well, that's over. Your turn. Never slow to respond, Naruto went next. I'll do it. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. My likes are cup ramen. But the ramen Iruka sensei gets me at Ichiraku's is even better. Dislikes: waiting for the instant ramen to cook is definitely annoying. If only I could decrease the time to 1 minute instead. My dream is simple. One day, I'm gonna surpass the old man as Hokage and make everyone in the lead acknowledge me with respect, Dadbeo. Hobbies: pranking is pretty fun. Skill: public speaking has increased by level. Public speaking is now LVL2. Kakashi nodded. Cool. Next. So Sasuke went on a tangent about how he wanted to kill a certain someone. Definitely trying to act cool. Naruto thought, seeing through the whole facade. I'm definitely not scared that he might be talking about me. Best to keep some distance for a while just in case, though. Sakura went next. Typical fangirl stuff. I thought you were on my side, Sakura. The blonde whined in his head. Maybe. My efforts are hopeless. Ding. Intelligence has increased by 1 level. Naruto tried not to cry on the spot. He. Kakashi giggled randomly. What? Sakura asked. Well, to be honest, I've been keeping a secret from you guys. And trust me, you won't like it. Secret? Do you really think you can become a genin from doing 3 weak jutsus? There's another exam, or training, rather. Out of the 27 graduates, only 9 become genin. The rest, back to the academy. Tell me, Sakura, what is the failure rate for this exam? The girl in question gulped. 66%. That's not fair at all. You know how much I worked to master those jutsus. Naruto bellowed. Kakashi had an air of indifference. Then maybe you're not ready to become a ninja yet. Naruto's gaze hardened. Well, whatever. I'll beat whatever training you put up, sensei. It wouldn't bode well to call me sensei, since you most likely will be going back to the academy soon. Well, that's the reason I called you sensei to begin with. You better get used to my voice, sensei, 'cause you're gonna hear it a lot more soon, Datbeo. Naruto boomed, his voice dripping with confidence. Ah, okay, well, either way, tomorrow we will be having survival training on the field. Bring all of your tools. And make sure to skip breakfast, I don't want you to throw up on the freshly cut grass. Take these handouts, the details are printed. Naruto quickly took the handout, memorizing all the details in a hurry. CYA, and with a final peace sign, their sensei disappeared in a swirl of leaves. I need to learn that jutsu. The blonde's mind was set on a new goal. He needed to pass whatever training Kakashi set on them. No matter what it takes. Even if he had to forfeit all of his ramen packs. Kami forbid it comes to that. What's so tough about the training anyways? Naruto was hyped to show his new jutsu to everyone, maybe even knock Kakashi-sensei down a peg or two. Naruto looked at the other two, wondering what they thought of everything. Are you guys going to train or something? Naruto asked. Sakura had already left. Sasuke still sat, hands crossed in a brooding state, staring into the handout in his hands. Naruto shrugged, he needed to train as well, might as well go home and do some exercises. Push-ups, sit-ups, maybe I'll fight with some dummies. Ding. New quest. Learning the Uchiha, created. Quest details. Challenge Sasuke to a spar. Quest rewards. Express 400, learn the Uchiha Taijutsu style, and increase Taijutsu level by 2. Failure. Dream of becoming a ninja crushed mercilessly. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. Spar. Now. Naruto thought incredulously. He looked at the failure tab. Yeah, there was no escaping this. It was almost like the system was forcing him to fight Sasuke right now. Besides, he got some rewards in the meanwhile. 400 experience sounded good to him, especially considering the fact that his previous quest never came to fruition because of Kakashi's intended training. He might as well accept. Hey, Sasuke, Naruto greeted, trying to act as friendly as possible. The smile on his face was almost painful as he stretched it to the utmost limit. Naruto resisted the urge to punch the other boy in the nose. Since we have a training session tomorrow. How about we spar? We can practice for a bit. Sasuke didn't look up from the printout. No thanks. I'm not going to get any training from the dead last. I need to persuade him, even if it requires a lot of goading on my part. Dead last? Not anymore. I learned a new jutsu, believe it. Please get interested. Sasuke looked up at last. And that is... Naruto grinned. He put 2 fingers together in a cross sign. Shadow Clone Jutsu. In a succession of puffs and smoke, 2 shadow clones appeared next to Naruto, each of them holding up a thumbs-up sign. Sasuke snorted. HMPH. Some clones, so. Naruto's eyes glimmered. He'd expected that reaction. In an instant, he threw a punch at his clone. The clone caught it in the bare of his palm a second later. Sasuke's eyes widened in surprise. Fine, I'll guess you and your clones could be good target practice. Where should we spar, Dobi? The blonde just wanted to get this over with and gain the points, and didn't want to extend the spar for too long. Right here, right now. Sasuke immediately switched to his basic taijutsu stance. No matter how many jutsus you learn, I'll always beat you, Naruto. The result is inevitable. Maybe you can beat me for now, I'll admit it. But can you beat 5 of me together? Naruto grinned smugly as he placed his fingers on top of each other. Shadow Clone Jutsu. 2 more Narutos appeared beside the already present 3. The roof they were fighting on was pretty small, so Naruto couldn't really go all out like he did against Mizuki. It wouldn't be appropriate to do so for a spar, anyways. Naruto rushed forward along with his clones for the first punch. The raven-haired boy quickly parried it with the side of forearm, before delivering a shot right to Naruto's stomach. The blonde took the blow head-on. While Sasuke was fast, he wasn't the strongest. In fact, Naruto felt like he and Sasuke were on even terms in terms of strength alone. Scanning. Before his opponent delivered another knee to the crook of his chin, his clones instantly jumped onto the boy. One grabbed his leg, and the others grabbed Sasuke's upper body. Sasuke immediately crouched, before delivering a sweeping kick to all of the clones behind him. He flipped into the air, at the same time dodging a hook from the real Naruto, which ended up landing on one of his own clones. Poof. 4 left. With the space he now had, Sasuke immediately went into a series of hand signs. Naruto's eyes widened. A jutsu. Get him. You got it, boss. The 4 dashed to their opponent, issuing a devastating kick to the boy's jaw. But it never landed. The Uchiha became a fountain of smoke instead. You think you're the only one who could make a clone? Solid or not, it serves the same purpose. Behind us. A kick dug itself into Naruto's gut as the blonde grunted in pain shortly after. Sasuke glared. There's more to a spar than just straight out brawling, Naruto. Duck, dodge, weave, punch, poof. 3 left. Taijutsu is the basis of fighting for all shinobi, and if you don't even know that, you don't need a spot on my team, Sasuke stated, as if it were fact. Another clone barged towards the Uchiha, not at all heeding the words that were spoken. Sasuke spun. A foot flew through the air and viciously tagged the clone in the cheek, destroying the clone entirely. Only a single clone left. Scanning complete. Does player wish to learn Uchiha clan taijutsu? Yes, no. Yes, yes, do something stupid system. Naruto groaned, holding his stomach in pain. New skill achieved. Uchiha clan taijutsu LVL1. Instantly, a wave of knowledge entered him. No, a tsunami. Fighting stances he never learned, experience he never gained, and technique he never worked for. Punches, kicks, spins, flips, dodges, Naruto relived everything in a span of a second. And he didn't feel remorse for a second. He felt a sudden urge to laugh, but fought it down. The blonde, who was always smiling and laughing, just felt the sheer addictiveness of having power in one's fingertips. It was so easy, so unfair. His last clone died out. Naruto fell into a stance, one that the Uchiha was very familiar with. Sasuke's eyes widened, before narrowing once more. Copying your opponents, I thought you had more shame than that, Dobi. Doesn't matter, like I said, the result is inevitable. They rushed forward again, but something in the air was different. Naruto was moving completely differently, the bulky, rigid movement seen before not visible once in the current bout. Sasuke didn't notice. The second he threw a jab at the blonde, Naruto countered. Naruto spun in the air, landing a reverse roundhouse on the unsuspecting opponent. Sasuke grunted as he was knocked back a few feet. Naruto stood, shocked. He just landed a clean hit on Sasuke. Growling, Sasuke Uchiha went on the offensive. He leapt into the air, aiming all of his momentum onto Naruto's head with his legs. Sasuke realized how blue Naruto's eyes were for the first time. Naruto had jumped at the same time. Staring back into the eyes of his rival, Naruto threw an elbow straight into his back, sending the Uchiha to the ground. Without even looking at his face, Naruto could tell Sasuke was mad. No, furious. In an instant, Naruto was on the back foot once again. While he learned Sasuke's taijutsu, it was only a beginner version of it. A mere imitation, not the actual thing. He had a tiny shred of muscle memory embedded into him, but it wasn't the same as the blood, sweat, and tears Sasuke had put into making his own style. He lacked the same finesse and agility Sasuke utilized while fighting, due to his unfamiliarity with the style in general. The duel continued, and Naruto began to realize he was going to lose. It was almost like Sasuke was predicting his movements. That's when it hit him. Sasuke was able to predict his movements because it was his own style. He needed to revert back. Putting his hands into the correct position, he bellowed out, "Shadow Clone Jut." Sasuke ripped into his hands and pulled them apart, before immediately kneeing him immediately after. Naruto lost. I don't know what you did to copy me, and I'll admit, it intrigued me a little. But like I said, multiple times, the result is inevitable. This spar is over, Sasuke said arrogantly, putting his hands in his pockets, and began walking towards the exit. Naruto laid on his back, panting heavily as the exhaustion crept to him. But he wouldn't let the jerk get the last word. You won this time, Sasuke. The result may have been inevitable. And you might have beaten me without using any jutsu. But I saw you clutching your arm, I managed to hurt you. That's a victory for now, Dadbao. Naruto shouted, hand to air. He didn't hear any response, but he knew the Uchiha was listening. Ding. Quest. Learning the Uchiha, completed. Rewards. Express. 400, Uchiha Taijutsu style learned, Taijutsu LVL increased by 2. Ding. Congratulations. You leveled up. Player is now LV5. 1 attribute point gained. Now what the hell were attribute points? Naruto quickly scarfed down his extremely light breakfast in a hurry, the brief feeling of guilt entering his gut, before being washed down by a chug of goodness that was milk. Truth be told, even he wasn't going to eat breakfast, but the fight with Sasuke had seriously made him reconsider the fact entirely. Taijutsu was tiring. Naruto didn't know that, of course. The taijutsu they taught at the academy didn't pertain to any style but more so just the basics of fighting in general. But regardless of all that, Naruto was excited, giddy almost. While using the Uchiha Taijutsu, he felt cool, something which was usually only achieved by his epic pranks. He looked at his newly upgraded stats avidly. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: The Gamer. Occupation: Academy Student. Level: LV5. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 2000 2000. STR: 6. VIT: 10. Dex: 5. Int: 4. Wis: 3. Luck: 1. Current skills: Shadow Clone Jutsu LVL 3. Class: NA. Attribute points: 1. He noted his level with dismay. There was still a long way to go before he came to Sasuke's level, but he was getting there, at least. The number of attribute points he had was disappointing too, especially since he finally learned what they were after asking the system. The points could increase once of his stats immediately, no hard work needed. Yes, please, but he wasn't exactly sure what to put it on. Considering he had an extremely important task in a few hours, he needed to do something quick. And when in doubt, go with your gut instinct. Was it really a surprise that the Jinchuriki would put his only attribute point on strength? Hey, blue box, put the point into strength. Naruto thought. Ding. Attribute point has been used. Strength has been increased by 1 point. Naruto grinned widely. Time to knock Kakashi down the humongous peg he was on. Opening curly bracket. Dash closing curly bracket. Naruto flexed his muscles, trying to see whether the strength attribute really did anything. For one, he couldn't feel anything at all, but did people really feel their muscles growing as they got stronger? Could he really trust the system to power up his strength instantly? Sakura scoffed as she looked away. Not again, Naruto. For once, the knucklehead ninja stayed silent. The pink-haired girl raised an eyebrow in surprise, before looking ahead again. If Sasuke noticed the change in Naruto's behavior, he didn't mention it. Some would say that Naruto had matured, and had seen the difference between him and Sasuke's level, thus making him determined to improve and prove himself in the test Kakashi would oppose them. But the real reason Naruto was confusedly quiet was because of the Uchiha's stats. Name: Sasuke Uchiha. Title: Last Uchiha. Occupation: Academy Student. Level: LV13. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 250 250ths. STR: 9. VIT: 7. Dex: 14. Int: 7. Whis. 4. Luck. 2. This bastard leveled up as well. Naruto thought, gritting his teeth in frustration. What would it do to catch up for once? Was it really impossible to beat a prodigy like Sasuke? Were they really on two different levels? Naruto brushed those thoughts aside. No, he will catch up to his rival, no matter what it takes. And that started with beating Kakashi's training, and becoming a genin for real. Good morning, Kakashi said, a peace sign in the air. You're late, Sakura yelled with an accusing finger at their aloof sensei. Gentle breezes of wind passed through the training sector, bringing along with it a cozy smell of pine. And the familiar sound of bells. You'll have until noon to take these bells from me, which is why the clock is set up right here. Whichever of you are unable to get a bell will get no lunch either. Should have eaten breakfast, huh? Sakura's face twisted into newly found vengeance as she glared at Kakashi, hand on her stomach. Even Sasuke looked annoyed. Naruto just blinked. Since there's only 2 bells, one of you definitely will be tied to a tree stump here. Predictably, of course, the person without a bell fails immediately, back to academy lessons with your previous teachers. Fortunately, you are allowed to use your shuriken and other tools. I want you guys to come at me with the intention of killing. Ding. New quest. Jingle bells, created. Quest details. Manage to touch one of Kakashi's bells. Quest rewards. Express. 600. Kakashi's respect, Sasuke's respect. Failure. Stay as a weakling for the rest of your life. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. That's an easy choice. Yes. Touch one of his bells. Naruto didn't care how high of a level Kakashi was, he wasn't just going to touch them, he was going to take one for himself. Isn't that dangerous for you? Sakura asked, voice laced with worry. Don't worry Sakura, I'll go easy on sensei, Naruto said, grinning. Naruto. Kakashi remained impassive. It's often said that the weakest dog tends to bark the loudest. Mr. Dead Last here is testament to that. You guys can start when. Naruto lunged at Kakashi with his kunai at point-blank range, eager to cut up their sensei for the bells. I haven't said start yet. Naruto's eyes widened as he realized there was no one in front of him. Too fast. However, I like the eagerness in you trying to kill me. We'll be starting now. Ready, start. The blonde dashed a bit away, but not as much as Sakura and Sasuke, who ended up hiding in the trees. I need to get the bells in the express while I'm still at max capacity. No time like the present. I'm right here, sensei. Fight me if you can. Naruto shouted, hands crossed in his arms. Kakashi sighed. You're not like the other two, are you? That's damn right. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the future Hokage. Naruto stopped talking before he blitzed towards the silver-haired Jonin, but immediately took a step back when he saw the man draw into his pockets. All right, Mr. Hokage. I know I'm not your sensei yet, but I'll give you some lessons for free. Ninja Fighting Lesson 1, Taijutsu. Kunai, Shuriken, Katana, A. Book. Naruto struggled to get out, eyebrows raised to their limit. No, there has to be more, right? Maybe it's a book with a bunch of secret jutsus. Yeah, that's it. Observe. Observing. Observation successful. Item name. Ichi Ichi Paradise, Volume 1. Item details. Written by one of the legendary Sannin, the gallant Jiraiya-sama, the Ichi Ichi Paradise series is a best-selling franchise known for its perverse and entertaining storytelling. Naruto felt his anger bloom instantly. Why you pervert? Put that down, you're fighting me. Ah, you recognize this book. Interesting, nonetheless, it will make no difference if I fight you reading or not. Naruto pushed off his feet, lunging towards Kakashi with a kick. The man lazily lifted up one hand, catching his foot with a thud before ducking over the other kick Naruto sent his way, and at the same time flipping a page of his book. Is this the difference between me and a Jonin? Naruto thought incredulously. He needed Sasuke's taijutsu again. Activating. Skill. Uchiha Clan Taijutsu LVL-1 activated. Usage drains 20 megapixels points each minute. He aimed another punch at Kakashi, only to realize he was missing. A ninja should never be caught from the back, idiot, Kakashi monotoned. Naruto, move, he's going to kill you. Sakura yelled from somewhere among the trees. Naruto didn't need to hear it twice. The moment he heard Kakashi's voice, he already started moving. Kakashi's fingers touched the empty, cold air. The blonde had somersaulted right into a position behind Kakashi. Taijutsu. Do you really want taijutsu? Here we go then, sensei. Naruto yelled, getting into a stance. Kakashi looked peeved that his attack missed. Aw man, I seriously wanted to get you with that, brat. Wow, cool pose. I feel like I recognize that from somewhere. The only thing you should recognize is my fist. Naruto said, running towards the man. That was very corny. Naruto gave a leading punch to Kakashi's stomach. The Jonin, as always, caught it with his left hand, but was surprised when Naruto immediately issued a reverse roundhouse right after. To Sakura, it seemed as if Naruto got faster, but that was about it. To Sasuke and Kakashi, they both knew that something had changed in Naruto's style completely. His movements were quicker, more fluid, and focused on the brute strength of each attack. In fact, it surprised Sasuke even more than Kakashi. When Naruto first copied his style yesterday itself, he was inexperienced, and he didn't think too much of it. But then came the scary part. Naruto was improving. With every strike, punch, and kick, he was becoming more and more like the real thing. Maybe Sasuke should. The roundhouse managed to hit Kakashi's shoulder, who grabbed onto his leg in response. Not wanting to get grappled to the ground, Naruto pushed off the Jonin's shoulder before his grasp could reach his ankles and hung in the air, making a hand sign. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Kakashi threw shuriken at the exact same time. Smoke surrounded him, covering Kakashi's sight of Naruto. More clones appeared next to him, already knowing what to do. Grabbing both his legs, they pushed him directly towards Kakashi like a missile. Ding! New skill achieved. Battle Strategics, LVL-1. The bells are mine, sensei. Naruto's initial idea was to dive for the bells and pray to Kami he would catch Kakashi by surprise, but his body told him something different. He feinted a hammer fist straight to the man's head, before ducking to his legs, and at the same time swiping his hand towards the bells. A brief jingle was heard. Ding! Quest. Jingle bells, completed. Rewards. Express. 600, Kakashi's respect, Sasuke's respect. Dexterity has increased by a level. Skill. Taijutsu has increased by a level. Taijutsu is now LVL-4. Skill. Uchiha Clan Taijutsu is now LVL-2. Naruto rolled forward as Kakashi moved at the last second, completely negating his final drive to get the bells. Your file didn't mention any studies of taijutsu, yet it's obvious you have some practice in it. I wonder where you learned it from. Well, I guess I can't go easy on you either, can I? Kakashi asked, before running towards the blonde with moderate speed. Naruto panted as he brought himself back to position. He needed to get the bells no matter what. Fire release. Fireball jutsu. A torrent of hot, viscous fire erupted into the field before him, covering Naruto's entire vision with ruby reds, oranges, and yellow. His skin flared threateningly, the temperatures reaching dangerously high levels even though it wasn't too near him. The supply of fire eventually died out, leaving the scorched grass underneath it to mourn. Kakashi was nowhere to be seen. Naruto, Sasuke said, appearing beside the blonde. What was that? Naruto asked, awed by the jutsu used by the Uchiha. The raven-headed boy stared blankly ahead. Just a jutsu. Why did Sasuke come? This Jonin, he's too strong to beat right now. While it sounds pitiful to team up with the dead last, we need to if we want to win, Sasuke said, eyes lighting up in frustration. What about Sakura? Naruto questioned. She's going to slow us down. It's best we don't. Sakura, we're right here. Come quickly. Let's team up to beat Kakashi-sensei. Naruto yelled, putting his hands around his mouth. Sasuke shook his head. Is this really the guy who I saw fighting just now? He thought with a grimace. You realize there's only 2 bells? Sasuke challenged. Yeah, but I want her to also have an equal chance to get the bell while we can. Naruto squinted his eyes, looking in every direction possible. Where is Kakashi? All he saw was the green expanse of grass which faded away into the forest of trees around them. Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto said, summoning a dozen clones around him. 6 of you, stay put. The others go scout for Sakura and bring her here. You got it. What happens if she doesn't want to come? One of his clones asked while saluting. Naruto scratched his hair. Oh, just say Sasuke is here as well. His clones dispersed after that. Sasuke felt his eye twitching, but ignored the sensation to focus on the situation at hand. His eyes widened as he heard the faintest of trembles underneath him. Jump! Sasuke yelled. Naruto did exactly that, dodging a hand that came out of the ground. Kakashi was here. The number 1 of the village, Uchiha, you might be interesting. Sasuke stared back, taking 2 steps to the front, staying silent. I might not be able to read while facing you too. A shame, I was just getting to the good part. Ninja Fighting Lesson 3, Ninjutsu. Kakashi began weaving through a sequence of jutsus, his hands becoming a blur. Let's go, Sasuke. Naruto realized for the first time how fast the Uchiha was. He was running at his maximum speed, but Sasuke was already a few steps ahead of him. Water Release. Water Bullet Jutsu. Cohesive balls of water collected together and threw themselves at Sasuke and Naruto, forcing the two to split apart to avoid the attacks. Okay, he dodged the attack. Now, Naruto wasn't sure what to do next. The academy never taught them to fight against ninjas of this caliber, let alone jutsus other than the basic clone. But maybe that was all he needed. Sasuke, Naruto, a voice yelled from behind them. His clones disappeared with a poof, and the whole interaction with Sakura suddenly filled his head. How did that happen? Shaking his head, Naruto slowed down a bit so the girl could catch up. Sakura came to him, panting and hands on her knees. Are Yuan and Sasuke teaming up? Ding. New quest. Prodigy, created. Quest details. Steal one of Kakashi's bells. Quest rewards. Express. 1500. New skill. Title. Prodigy of Konoha. Failure. N.A. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. Hell yeah. Naruto thought with a grin. He had no idea what the title even meant, but Prodigy of Konoha sounded awesome. And the 1500 EXP was the highest reward he ever saw from a quest yet. Completing this quest would probably make him level up one more time, which also meant another attribute point. This was all without mentioning the random skill he would receive. And to steal one of Kakashi's bells, he needed all the help he could get. Yeah, for now, we probably are gonna need to work together if we want to beat Kakashi. Who cares about failing right now? Naruto said, trying to inspire confidence in Sakura. I guess, but if we fail we're going back to the academy. Sakura shuddered. Like I said, let's worry about that later, Dadbeo. Ding. New skill achieved. Persuasion LVL1. Naruto looked ahead, where Sasuke was engaging with the Jonin already. Crap, I need to go. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto repeated. 8 or so clones appeared next to him, looking at their boss for orders. Sakura, listen, I'm going to have these clones henge as you, and enter the fight. You have to sneak in with them and once the chance comes, just take the bells, Naruto urged with a yanking motion of his hands. Battle Strategics increased by a level. Battle Strategics is now LVL2. Sakura nodded, before her eyes widened as Naruto's clones became identical copies of her with one hand sign. Naruto could feel the physical strain the technique had on his chakra levels. To keep the henge active for a long time, you had to maintain a physical transformation by supplying a continuous stream of chakra, something which was hard enough by itself. And now Naruto had to do with 8 clones, all at the same time. For a regular genin, or even a regular jonin, this would be outright impossible to think about, and would immediately lead to chakra exhaustion, but Naruto was different. "Follow me," Naruto issued. Both of Kakashi's eyebrows raised as he saw multiple Sakuras led by one Naruto running towards him, before he blocked another punch by Sasuke. Naruto made his way into the fight. "Uzumaki Naruto is here," the Sakura army cried out at once, mimicking his actions. Naruto couldn't even tell that one of them was Sakura. Sasuke leapt back as he missed another kick to Kakashi, who honestly looked irritated at this point. His hands began moving in a quick succession. "You kids are seriously starting to get annoying." Water release. Water Dragon Jutsu. A beast of water arose from the river behind Kakashi, shaping and transforming into a colossal dragon that glared at them angrily, the water body missing the serenity and calmness of an ocean entirely, instead similar to the rapid, relentless aggression of a speedy river. The clones doubled back before they started running back in a vain attempt to escape, but the beast hunted its prey with precision, the power of the sheer amount of water immediately destroying the clones on contact. Naruto could only gape as his plans turned immediately into shackles. But not yet, not all of it was ruined. "To think I had to use that jutsu on clones." "Shut up," Naruto shouted boldly, lunging for a kick at Kakashi. The kick missed due to Kakashi quickly tilting to the side, but Naruto didn't stop there. He bent his torso downwards so that his hand could reach the ground, before pushing outwards so he could get the necessary acceleration to catch Kakashi's body in a deadlock with his open legs. MP has been drained. Uchiha-style taijutsu LVL2 disabled. "Doesn't matter, I don't need it right now either way." His legs clamped around Kakashi like a scissor on a piece of metal, trying its best to cut it open. Sasuke came in at the right moment, sweeping Kakashi's leg with a kick of his own. Naruto felt himself tumble to the grassy floor with Kakashi, who struggled to get out of the lock with Sasuke on his legs and Naruto on his arms. "Sakura, now!" Naruto screamed, the strain on his legs becoming unbearable. Sakura appeared out of nowhere, presumably, and slid past Kakashi's body with her hand outwards, grasping the bells along the way. "Shanaru, they did it. They beat a Jonin, an actual Jonin." Naruto laughed in joy as he let go of his hold on Kakashi, scrambling to his legs. The adrenaline that filled his blood didn't leave, pushing his excitement to even higher levels. Did his plan actually work? "I told you, Kakashi, I told you. I guess you're our sensei now after all, haha." Kakashi patted his shoulders, swiping away a strand of grass that stuck to his uniform. "Congratulations, I didn't expect that, to be honest. Now, who will Sakura give the other bell to?" Naruto's smile dissipated. It finally registered that the notification for completing his quest never popped up. Kakashi continued mercilessly. "As I said, only 2 of you pass. Regardless of whether all 3 of you manage to work together or not. Sakura, what's your decision?" Sakura's face looked extremely uncomfortable as she took a look at the bells in her hand. Her gaze softened when she saw Sasuke, who didn't even spare her a glance, preferring to look at the grass below him. Her face became even more worried as she looked at Naruto, who seemed just as equally uncomfortable. I can't make the decision, Kakashi-sensei," she said at last. "Why not?" Kakashi inquired. "It's wrong. In this type of field, we have to make decisions such as these to survive, Sakura. Did your academy not teach things like this? Facts. Sacrifices will be made in the middle of missions which were supposed to go on perfectly. And lives are sometimes the cost that makes sure a mission succeeds." Kakashi's eyes hardened. "We aren't the keepers of peace or any childish notion you may have assumed during academy. We're shinobi." Kakashi pointed to somewhere off in the distance. "Over there, there's a stone. Countless names of shinobi who were considered heroes of the village are carved on it, so it's not a normal stone by any means. My best friend's name is on it as well. Where is this going? Naruto thought sadly. My best friend, he sacrificed himself so that I could live. Do you really think you would be able to make such decisions on the battlefield? With that said, you guys shouldn't just give up on this training session, you should quit thinking of becoming a shinobi entirely. What? Naruto roared in outrage. What did they even do to deserve such a thing? Poof! Sakura yelped as the bells in her hand disappeared into a cloud of smoke. Kakashi was nowhere to be seen either. Did we just get played? That was probably why the quest notification never came up. Naruto realized. Where the hell did the old man? Boo! Naruto screamed as Kakashi, face poked out from underneath his legs. You're not the only one who can use shadow clones, Naruto. Kakashi quickly revealed himself entirely from the earth. You guys. Pass. What the? Naruto wasn't sure whether he should be happy or just relieved at this point. Sakura seemed to think the same, her expression still looking scarred with the whole talk from Kakashi earlier. Truth be told, Kakashi started, before chuckling immediately after. What? Sakura asked feebly. Truth be told, you guys passed the moment Naruto appeared with his Sakura clones. A shinobi must see underneath the underneath. The whole point of this test was to test your teamwork, not whether you got the bells or not, which you obviously didn't. I think this is the fastest any team has passed the bell test, so congratulations. Kakashi said, eyes narrowed into a smile. Naruto raised his hand. So everything you said before is the complete truth. We shinobi are tools for our village to use freely. However, Sakura's decision, or lack thereof, isn't to be condemned. In the shinobi world, those who break the rules are scum, that's true. But those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. The silence after his words hung in the almost tangible tension in the air. Damn, he's seriously cool. Naruto thought, awe filling his eyes. I'm gonna be like that someday, though. Kakashi raised a thumbs up to the air. Nice. Starting from tomorrow, Team 7 will debut as an official shinobi team. Ding. Quest. Prodigy, failed. Quest. First step to greatness, completed. Rewards. Express 1000, become a true ninja. Naruto could only grin as he was flooded with notifications. I guess I didn't level up. Congratulations. You leveled up. Player is now LV6. Never mind. 1 attribute point gained. New title. Genin of Konoha, achieved. Title. Genin of Konoha, increases all stats by 5% while doing missions assigned by Konoha. Naruto had a lot more learning to do all over again. Opening curly bracket, dash closing curly bracket, and then I dashed towards Kakashi, and trapped him between my legs, then boom. Sasuke comes and sweeps him to the floor, and Sakura comes in the end to take the bells in one sweep. Naruto finished telling his tale to the other genin around him. Everyone looked to Sakura, who shyly nodded in confirmation. Aw man, you guys seem to have a cool test, all we did was fight for a bit and Asuma-sensei made us pass, Choji said, chowing down on the barbecue, or what was remaining of it. Shikamaru sighed. Yeah, it was troublesome. It's not like you did much anyways, Ino quipped back. Where's Sasuke? Kiba asked pointedly. Naruto shrugged. He said he couldn't come. He had tried persuading the Uchiha, but his persuasion level was only at a mere level 1 for now. To celebrate all of the genin passing, Kiba had announced a party at his family-owned restaurant, Inazuka Grill. Naruto was just glad he didn't need to pay. His wallet was already suffering from the ramen he bought without Iruka to pay for him. Well, if Sasuke isn't here, I'm calling total BS on that whole scene you narrated, Naruto. Kiba said, crossing his arms. Akamaru barked in agreement before returning to the OIECE of meat below him. What? You have to believe me, man. I was so cool. Shino, you believe me right? Shino stayed quiet as always, before he shrugged his shoulders. I believe you Naruto, Hinata said, her voice as timid as ever. Thank you, Hinata. Finally, someone with a brain in your team. Hinata blushed before going back to her food. The rest of the party went along swiftly, everyone enjoying the food and the company as well. With missions and the whole workload that came with being a shinobi, they probably won't see each other at once again for a long time. Just as all the teams started to leave, with Kiba staying, of course, Naruto called for a specific someone. Shikamaru. The spiky-haired boy looked back, before telling his teammates goodbye. Naruto led him to a place a bit far away from the restaurant, but not anymore to look suspicious. What? Shikamaru asked, putting his hands into his pockets. Okay, now that that's done, how do I break this to him? Fine, listen here, there's this scenario, okay, this isn't working. How do I explain this? Shikamaru yawned. Look, Naruto, I'm super tired already, make it quick, man. Let's first assume you can categorize a person's characteristics. Yeah, characteristics into numbers. So, like strength into a 4 or 6, speed into 8 or 9, and more. Shikamaru's eyes lightened a bit. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I can infer a bit. What are the types of characteristics? It's related to battle, mostly. There's strength, vitality, intelligence, wisdom, and luck, and I think, speed. Interesting. What is this all for? Naruto expected this question to come. It's for a game I'm trying to make. A game, yeah. Shikamaru looked at him incredulously. Alright, so where do you think I would scale on intelligence, in your game? Observe. Observing. Observation successful. Name. Shikamaru Nara. Title. N.A. Occupation. Genin of Konoha. Level. LV6. HP. 100 100ths. MP. 100 100ths. Chakra. 150 150ths. STR. 3. VIT. 4. Dex. 3. Int. 13. Wis. 6. Luck. 6. Naruto noted with glee that Shikamaru was level 6 just like him. You would be around 13, I guess, Naruto stated. Shikamaru raised an eyebrow. And you? 5, Naruto whispered with shame. Modest. I'm also surprised you're so certain about the numbers. I've thought of it before. I definitely don't have anything telling me all of this. So the game is some kind of role-playing thing. I've seen something like it before, I think. But regardless, why did you call me here? It certainly wasn't to boost my ego. The blonde nodded. Alright, so the player gets a card which allows them to automatically increase one of their stats by 1 point from time to time. Which stat would you increase? Stat as in one of the characteristics. Okay, I would increase my intelligence. Damn, I should have done that instead of putting the other one in strength. But at least I know what to do with this attribute point. Shikamaru hummed thoughtfully, but if the character is a shinobi, it would certainly be better to have a balanced approach, no? Naruto looked up hopefully. Since the card comes from time to time as you put it, it would be more useful to branch the card out to all characteristics, rather than hyper-focusing on one. How so? Naruto asked, genuinely curious. Think about it, we're shinobi. We get stuck in all types of positions in any mission. Say we do increase our intelligence to a genius level, but will our strength be available to support us during a one-on-one fight? With too much strength, on the other hand, how do we make plans to use that ability? We require intelligence. Theoretically, the best shinobi would have the highest and the most balanced stats, as you say. So it would be better to increase the stats you're low in at the start, and work from there. This guy is seriously smart. Naruto thought, impressed by his thought process. Ah, thanks, Shikamaru, you seriously helped me out. Naruto said, grinning. Shikamaru shrugged. No problem, but you owe me now. Damn right. Naruto waited until he was sure no one was around him before he opened his status window. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: The Gamer. Occupation: Genin of Konoha. Level: LV6. HP: 100 100ths. MP, 100 100ths. Chakra, 2000 2000. STR, 6. VIT, 10. Dex, 6. Int, 4. Wis, 3. Luck, 1. Current skills, Shadow Clone Jutsu LVL 3. Class, NA. Attribute points, 1. Shikamaru said to balance it out, my vitality is high already, my luck is really low, but increasing that is just boring. Wisdom, I'm already wise enough, right? Best to go with, intelligence. Attribute point has been used. Intelligence has been increased by 1 point. This is so amazing. Naruto whispered between chuckles, a sudden urge to laugh in celebration overcoming him. He pointed at the stone monument overlooking the entire village. Their carved faces made to inspire and fuel the will of fire among the citizens of Konoha during the darkest of times. Forget surpassing the old man, I'm gonna surpass all of you. The first, the second, the third, and the fourth. Naruto Uzumaki, the fifth Hokage, believe it. New skill achieved. Will of Fire, LVL 1. Do you have eyes on the target? Kakashi asked. Yes, it's 3 meters away, Naruto responded on his walkie-talkie. Don't mess up, Naruto, Sakura said from elsewhere. Alright, I'll count you down. Don't make a single speck of noise. 3, 2, 1, go. Naruto leapt out of his hiding spot to trap the target, his shadow clones doing the exact same. Yahhhhhh, Naruto yelled as he jumped onto the target with all of his might, covering its furry body with the combined weight of both his clones. The cat shrieked and clawed him as Naruto grabbed its arms and legs and held it towards its chest. Is it Tora? Sasuke asked, coming out of the tree behind him. Observe. Observing. Observation successful. Name, Tora. Title, The Lost Cat of Konoha. Level, LV3. Naruto leaned the cat to the right, pretending he didn't know it was Tora already. Ribbon on the left ear, yep, it's him. Ding. Quest. Finding Tora, completed. Rewards. Express, 50. An entire week of doing D-rank missions was painful to the mind and the body. Naruto hadn't leveled up once, and his taijutsu never increased any levels. So far, training with Kakashi was more like doing chores than actual training. The skill, scouting, was now level 5, even though it didn't really matter much. Funnily enough, that was the highest level in any skill he had so far. But considering that all he did for the past week was scout for lost items and other random activities, it kind of made sense. Team 7 went to the Hokage's office to drop off the cat right after. Madame Shijimi, the wife of the fire daimyo, profusely thanked them before enveloping her cat in a bone-crushing hug. Naruto felt slightly bad, but also knew that the cat deserved it for the torture it put them through. Hiruzen let out a puff of smoke before reading out their next mission. Team 7's next duties are babysitting an elder's grandson, shopping in the neighborhood village, and helping dig some potatoes in the local farm. Naruto was quick to retaliate, tired of all the random chores being given to them. Hell no, old man. Missions are supposed to be cool, not babysitting your grandson. Sasuke raised an eyebrow with how Naruto talked back to the Hokage himself. I never said it was. Please give us a better one. Naruto exclaimed loudly, his eyes hopeful. Not only were the missions they were currently doing boring, he needed some quests that give more experience so he could level up. He could tell Sakura and Sasuke agreed with him. Naruto, you're only a rookie genin. You're not the only one doing this work. Even the Hokage himself started from these duties, Iruka barked at him from the desk. It doesn't matter. Please just give us some better missions. Naruto, as genin, D-rank missions are all you really get. But alright, I'll make an exception. Naruto looked up in surprise. Skill. Persuasion increased by a level. Persuasion is now LVL 2. I can manage to give you AC rank, an escort and protection mission of a certain someone. Alright, That sounds more fun already. Hiruzen tapped once on his desk. Come inside. And came out the door was a tall man with a black, sleeveless shirt wrapped with a towel, and loose scad pants below it. He had a bottle of alcohol in his left hand, clearly sounding drunk already. With a small, gray goatee, and tiny glasses, he looked like one of the shady grandpas back in Konoha. Kids, some brats are protecting me. Especially the short, blonde one. Are you really a genin? Shut up, drunkard, Naruto started, but wilted against Kakashi's glare. The man pushed his glasses up. I am an expert bridge builder by the name of Tazuna. I will require your protection until I get back to my country, and finish up a bridge. Ding. New quest. Protection of Tazuna, created. Quest details. Keep Tazuna alive until the bridge is complete. Quest rewards. Express. 3000. Class. Title. Failure. Death. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. 3000. Hell yeah. Naruto grinned. Don't worry, drunkard, the future Hokage is protecting you. Opening curly bracket. Closing curly bracket. Let's go. Naruto shouted out, hands to the air. They were officially out of Konoha, way past the large gates that guarded his village. Why are you so excited? Sakura asked. Naruto scratched the back of his head. I've never been outside of the village, so it's interesting. Title. Genin of Konoha, is currently applicable for increased stats. Equip title. Genin of Konoha. Yes, no. Yes, please. Naruto thought to himself. 5% didn't sound like much but was useful nonetheless. Tazuna scoffed. Are you really a shinobi, kid? I'm starting to fear for my own safety. HMPH, you're somewhat shady yourself, old man. If Naruto's observation skill was higher, he would have noticed the slight widening of Tazuna's eyes at his words, or the brief twitching of his long, calloused fingers. Kakashi did, however. Tazuna-san, you're from Wave Country? Sakura asked curiously. Tazuna looked at her appraising ly. Yes, I am. Sensei, there aren't any shinobi in Wave, is there? No, but that's better for us in the long run. There won't be any really dangerous shinobi coming after Tazuna, after all. This time Naruto did observe how Tazuna kept his head down. Suspicious. Ding. Skill. Deduction increased by a level. Deduction is now LVL3. But Naruto wasn't the type to think the worst of others. He let the moment of panic from Tazuna slip past him. But what was this other feeling? Ding. Warning. Bloodlust detected. Chills spread through Naruto's arms as he paused mid-stroll. Sense. An enemy appeared out of nowhere, manifesting from the small puddle near Kakashi-sensei. Another cloaked, masked person jumped into the air, grabbing a thick, black rope along with him. The rope circles around each side of the Jonin before entrapping him entirely. One down, a deep, bored voice sounded out. With a twist and turn of the hands and waists, the spiky rope cut through Kakashi, leaving behind a small pool of blood and organs. All Naruto saw was red. That wasn't out of anger. No, it was just the blood that pooled along his feet, marking his sandals with the visceral color. Kakashi-sensei was dead. Naruto. Sakura screamed instantly. Naruto jumped to the sides as a pair of spiked ropes impaled into the empty space he was once in. His eyes widened with exhilaration, his muscles aching for some sort of release, but his mind, there was no doubt about it, he was scared. Ding. New quest. Encounter. Demon Brothers, created. Quest details. Defeat the Demon Brothers. Quest rewards. Express. 500. Kakashi's respect. Failure. Die. Does player accept the quest? Yes, no. But when there was a goal, Naruto never gave up. Activating. Skill. Uchiha Clan Taijutsu LVL1 activated. Usage drains 20 megapixels points each minute. I'll kill you all. Naruto roared in anger, both at himself for freezing up and the enemies for killing Kakashi-sensei. Naruto began running towards the enemy Nin with renewed vigor, and alongside him Sasuke began his attack. Sasuke threw both shuriken and kunai, embedding one end of the spiked ropes into the tree, rendering their ranged weapons entirely useless unless they wanted to retrieve them again. The taller enemy shinobi went for Sasuke, leaving the other one for him. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Clones of Naruto appeared beside him, running a few steps behind the original. The blonde spun his kunai that he took from his pocket, holding it in an ice-pick grip. He was in range. The second the masked man swiped his razor claws at Naruto, the blonde slid to the floor, past his legs, and at the same time swiped his kunai across his legs, drawing blood instantly. Arg! The clones jumped onto the man with battle cries of their own, but eventually became smoke after a few swipes of the man's claws. Naruto looked back to see the man's bruised face. Then he started his assault. Naruto cocked his head to one side to avoid a strike, before immediately responding with a hook to the man's stomach. Due to the height difference between the two, Naruto was forced to come close due to his short range. But the cloak covering the enemy's body made it ridiculously easy for Naruto to see through his attacks. Another strike, but this time, it managed to barely tear up the skin near his hand. Ding! Poison detected. Naruto didn't care. He continued his frenzy, dodging and countering each and every attack the man made, the close combat style surprisingly suited for fighting against the mysterious man, who seemed confused on what to do. The second he saw the start of hand signs, Naruto tore the hands apart with his own, before kicking the man down. Ding! Quest. Encounter. Demon Brothers, completed. Rewards. Express. 500, Kakashi's respect. It was over. But Naruto didn't stop there. He continued to thrash the shinobi on the floor, not giving him a single chance to breathe. Enough, Naruto. But he killed Kaka. Naruto paused. Observe. Observing. Observation failed. Target's level is too high. Would player like a partial observation? Yes, no. Yes. Name. Kakashi Hatake. Title. Copy Ninja. Occupation. Jonin Sensei. Level. HP. 100 100ths. MP. 100 100ths. Chakra. STR. VIT. Dex. Int. Wis. Luck. Wait, you're alive? Naruto asked, staring into the eyes of Kakashi. You sound disappointed. But, yes, I am alive. I simply used the substitution jutsu. Regardless, it seems like I wasn't needed at all. Nice job, Sasuke, Naruto. And good on you Sakura for prioritizing the client. Naruto looked at the groaning shinobi below him. Sasuke dragged another one closer, who looked similarly in pain. Kakashi tied them up and placed them against the trunk of the tree. Tazuna-san, I need to talk to you, Kakashi said. Naruto shivered at his sensei's glare. These are Chunin from the hidden village of Mist. Known for their vigor while fighting, and sometimes use of poison. The wound on your arm, Naruto, is currently filled with poison. Don't move or else it will only get worse. We can cut it open and take out the poison afterwards. How were you able to see where we were? One of the Chunin asked. A puddle of water during this sunny day? Not possible. Tazuna coughed. Why didn't you help the kids when you could have? I wanted to find out who they were really targeting. And in this case, it was you, Tazuna-san. The mission entailed us to protect you from some thieves and crooks, not trained shinobi. At the very minimum, this is a B-rank mission already. We would be conducting outside of our transcribed duty if we continue this mission. Naruto uncomfortably looked at Tazuna, seeing the look of desperation on the man's face, before he looked back at his hand. The poison was spreading, and each second he could feel a jolting pain cross his arm. Sakura gulped, sweating. I think it's better we quit now, sensei. Naruto needs some medicine for the poison, and we really aren't trained for this at all. Kakashi nodded. I would agree, Sakura. My express. The quest. If I don't complete it, will I die? How seriously should I take the system? Naruto thought, hyperventilating. He grit his teeth. He had to make a decision now. Grabbing his kunai, Naruto jammed the weapon into his arm. Blood burst from the cut, removing the red liquid along with any remnants of poison in his body. Naruto, what the hell? Sakura screamed. Naruto grinned through the pain. He held out his bloodied fist to Tazuna, whose eyes widened. Oi, drunkard, look at this fist closely. No matter who comes to stop me, even the Hokage himself, I'll protect you until your stupid bridge is built, alright? We need to continue the mission. Ding. Skill. Public speaking has increased by level. Public speaking is now LVL3. Opening square bracket. Closing square bracket. After being scolded for cutting his hand so deeply, Kakashi wrapped Naruto's hand with bandages, noting now the wound was practically healed already. Ding. New skill achieved. Self-regeneration, LVL1. Sweet. I can heal by myself now. No wonder I'm not feeling much pain in my hand either. Naruto eyed his hand with wonder, but he ignored it for now. Team 7 got on the ferry carefully, trying not to tip the boat as their combined weights sat on the wooden ship. Mist quickly gathered over the waters, which left the blonde blindsided. The ferry guide gently rowed the boat, each stroke sending them further along the sea. A huge bridge eventually appeared above them, its cobalt structure visible through the slightly cleared mist. It's best we don't make any noise. If Gato even gets a sniff of us, we're all gonna die, the tour guide said gravely. So this was the bridge that opposed Gato's entire control on the shipping industry surrounding Wave. In Naruto's opinion, it was kind of small. But it was also the first step towards a good direction. The ferry went through a wall of canals, leaving them in a tunnel of darkness for a bit of time. But once the opening became clear, Naruto could clearly see the welcome presence of trees and other greens began to appear. Wow, Sakura pronounced with stargazed eyes. The ferry was parked near one of the docks, giving time for Naruto and the others to leave. I can't go any further. I wish you the best on your venture, however risky it is, the ferry guide said to Tazuna. Tazuna smiled. I understand, thank you for your assistance. Please, Kakashi-san, get me home safe, Tazuna asked the Jonin, tipping his straw hat. What did you say? Kakashi asked nonchalantly. Never mind. Naruto looked at the road ahead of him, following the footsteps of Sasuke who was slightly ahead of him. He personally had a lot of work to do in the mission, and it was certainly crucial. 3000 Express was the most he was ever offered for a quest, and getting that would give him a serious boost to surpass Sasuke. There was also the mysterious class and title he would be getting. He knew that the title would give him some extra points, but the class he was receiving was completely ambiguous. Usually the system would pop up and give him a brief description of what it was, but this time it never did. Naruto's game plan for his next few attributes was to stock up on dexterity and wisdom. His luck was terribly low, for whatever reason, but he didn't want to waste the points on something so basic like luck. The blonde noticed how Kakashi's hands twitched slightly, which was weird considering he would probably never notice that normally. Maybe my deduction skill is acting up. Everyone, duck, Kakashi yelled. Naruto went to his knees as a gigantic sword flew through the space his head was, before piercing itself into the wood of the tree above them. And on top of the blade, Naruto shivered. Ding. Warning. High bloodlust detected. The man only showed his bare back to them, the slightly grayish skin looking alien to the Konoha shinobi. Striped, baggy pants and leg warmers covered the bottom half of his body. But that wasn't the scary part. The man's face was covered with bandages, leaving only his eyes and hair for viewing. The sheer intensity of the glare made Naruto freeze. Oh, observing. Observation failed. Target's level is too high. Would player like a partial observation? Yes, no, yes. Name: Zabuza Momochi. Title: Demon of the Hidden Mist. Occupation: 7 Ninja Swordsman of the Mist. Level: HP 100 100ths. MP 100 100ths. Chakra: STR. VIT. Dex: Int. Wis. Luck: this guy, He's on the same level as Kakashi. Demon of the Hidden Mist. 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. As much as I hate to say it, we're not a match for him right now. Momochi Zabuza-kun, Hidden Mist's infamous missing nin, I didn't expect to see you here. Everyone, stay far back. He's on another level. I know. I guess I'll have to reveal it now, Kakashi said, pulling up his headband. Kakashi's eyes glowed a scarlet red, with a few black tomos swirling around the pupil. What is that? Naruto thought with a frown. He observed how Sasuke's face scrunched up in confusion. One of the symbols of Konoha's supremacy, the Sharingan. It's an honor to see it in person, Zabuza said, his deep voice cutting through the mist. Naruto glanced at their sensei. Sharingan. Sasuke glared at Kakashi. The Sharingan is the counter to all taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu. It's a dojutsu that is available to only some. But the trademark ability of the Sharingan gives the wielder the ability to copy their opponent's techniques while they see them. The shinobi who has copied more than 1,000 jutsu, copy ninja Kakashi, Zabuza finished, before crouching onto the sword. Cover Tazuna-san, and don't interrupt the fight, it's an order. Zabuza disappeared in a flash, before appearing once more, standing on top of the water next to them. Over there, Sakura pronounced. Ninpu. Hidden mist jutsu. Strands of mist manifested and twirled through the air like the tentacles of an octopus, before hiding Zabuza completely behind the thick density of the air. Zabuza is well known as a silent killer, an assassin. Be on guard. Naruto gulped. The mist. The white air continues to become even more concentrated and thicker, to the point where Naruto could barely see the orange in his own clothing. Ding. Warning. Extreme bloodlust detected. New skill achieved. Key endurance, LVL1. Naruto could feel his hands and legs trembling as he looked at the others in worry. Sasuke and Sakura were the same, to the point where Sakura almost fell down in fear. Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura. I assure you not to worry, Kakashi said, looking back at them with an eye smile. I never let any of my comrades die. Tough luck. Naruto felt his heart tear out of his chest as Zabuza's voice echoed from behind him. But just before Zabuza's blade sliced through them all, Kakashi-sensei dove, piercing his kunai into the man's skin. But it was a water clone. But Kakashi was also a water clone. But then Zabuza was also a water clone. Is this how a Jonin fights? Naruto asked no one in particular. Yes, Sasuke answered plainly. Kakashi was promptly thrown into the pond next to them, Zabuza following closely behind. Water release. Water prison jutsu. Kakashi's gargled voice gasped out loud as a ball of swirling, chaotic water encircled the Jonin, making him completely trapped. But that wasn't even the least of the Genin's worries. Water collected in front of them, slowly taking the form of Zabuza. You kids, really think you're worthy of being ninja? Standing there, cowering as I release a tiny bit of bloodlust. Have you even done your first kill yet? HMPH. At your age I murdered my entire class, Zabuza growled. Naruto gritted his teeth in anger. You think that's impressive? You're a mons. A foot hit him directly in his chin a second later, knocking him several meters away. Naruto groaned in pain as he felt his jaw with his hands, making sure nothing was bent in any way. He had grabbed his headband in midair, which had become loose the second Zabuza kicked him. Sasuke, take the others and run away with Tazuna-san. Zabuza can't move as long as this jutsu is active, Kakashi shouted from his stuck position. Run, again, am I really that useless? Iruka gave me this headband. I promised I would become Hokage. All that struggle, just to run away. Naruto stood up, swiping away the dust on his headband. He began tying it to his head. Someone once told me, those who break the rules are scum, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. I won't abandon you, sensei. The clone snorted. Words won't. Shut up, eyebrowless freak. I'm not just an ordinary genin, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the future Hokage of Konoha. Write it down. Sakura stood, surprised. Is this really Naruto? Sasuke, I got a plan. Everything was set up, from the seals to the strategy which made them. Zabuza smirked. Oroga, Naruto couldn't just stand and listen right after he made such a cool speech, could he? Shut it, I don't have time for your words. Shadow clone jutsu. 50 to 60 clones appeared around Zabuza, creating a swirl of dust around the terrain. Activating. Skill. Uchiha Clan Taijutsu LVL2 activated. Usage drains 20 megapixels points each minute. Yada. The clones yelled, charging towards the lone man. But even with better taijutsu than the Naruto from the academy, the clones got decimated. Each swing of Zabuza's sword managed to wipe out 5 or 6 of his clones. But all of that didn't matter. The clones managed to remain alive longer than they would have. The superior acrobatics of the Uchiha made sure of that. Once around half remained, Naruto gave out his command. Self-destruct. Smoke burst out from each clone, covering the grass fields with white. It wouldn't last long, but a brief second was all they needed. Naruto tossed the Fuma Shuriken to Sasuke, who smirked in recognition. Now we're talking, Sasuke said, smirking. With a dramatic flash, Sasuke unwinded the shuriken to its full mast. He leapt high into the air, before throwing it with insane velocities. The shuriken went past the clone and to the real target, the real Zabuza. Zabuza smirked. He caught the shuriken with his hands, before jumping over the other one while maintaining the jutsu on Kakashi. But in place of the shuriken passing by, Naruto materialized out of thin air. Carrying a kunai in one hand, he placed his fingers together. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Both clones and the original Naruto threw the kunai at Zabuza, trying to distract him from the water prison technique. Zabuza rolled his eyes. It's almost embarrassing how you guys underestimate me. With a turn of his sword, he reflected all of the kunai lazily. But Zabuza's back was turned. Fire release. Fireball Jutsu. A ball of scarlet, searing hot fire aimed directly at Zabuza flew in the humid air. Zabuza, with one hand in his prison, wouldn't be able to counter the jutsu. Or so he thought. Water release. Water bullet jutsu. Zabuza growled, doing one-handed hand signs. The ball of water met Sasuke's fire in the middle, creating even more steam to spawn in the already present mist. But while the vision mattered, the currently split concentration of Zabuza mattered more. The demon of the mist was occupied with doing one-handed seals and maintaining his prison for Kakashi at the same time, and didn't notice how Naruto was nowhere to be seen. A hand grabbed hold of Zabuza's leg from underneath the water, and yanked him into the pond. Naruto wasn't sure what he was thinking to willingly pull Zabuza towards himself, but it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. Immediately, the assassin's enraged face came to his vision underwater as he began moving his sword. Ding! Battle Strategics increased by a level. Battle Strategics is now LVL3. Leveling up didn't have the same effect while you were about to die. Goodbye, world. Kakashi grabbed the blade before it struck, his Sharingan spinning wildly. Naruto quickly swam away as the Jonin-level shinobi began their battle once more. He came on shore a few seconds later, panting for air as Sakura helped him get up. And that was when a battle of storms started. Jutsu after jutsu of water was issued from each shinobi as the genin stared at the intensity of the battle in awe. Tsunamis of water were casually thrown at each other, uncaring of anything that stood in the way. Naruto never in his life realized just how much potential water really had, neither did he realize just how scary it was. Eventually, the water died out. Naruto and the gang cheered as they saw that Zabuza was completely cornered. Running forward, they tried to see Kakashi deliver the final blow. That's when two Senbon impaled themselves into Zabuza's neck, drawing blood instantly. Sakura gasped, pausing her movements with Tazuna, whereas Naruto and Sasuke trudged forward. The person stood boldly on a branch of a tree, his strange clothing marking him as different from the rest of them. With similarly striped pants like Zabuza, green haori, brown sash, and peculiar mask, Naruto couldn't really decide whether it was an enemy in front of them or not. I have to thank you for dealing with Zabuza for me. It has certainly been a tough journey tracking this man, the person said with a surprisingly gentle voice. You're a hunter nin of the hidden mist, Kakashi pronounced. Correct. It's our duty to hunt down missing nin like Zabuza here. The conversation continued, but Naruto toned their voices down. He knew what the masked boy was saying made sense, but his gut, it told him something was wrong. The continuous, tingling feeling made him do something. Observe. Observing. Please don't fail this time. Observation successful. Let's go. Name: Haku Yuki. Title: Apprentice of Mist. Occupation: Missing Nin. Level: LV16. HP: 100 100ths. MP: 100 100ths. Chakra: 353 150ths. STR: 9. VIT: 8. Dex: 16. Int: 8. Wis: 6. Luck: 2. Missing Nin, Apprentice of Mist. This person is on Zabuza's side. Naruto realized with a widening of his eyes. But why would he kill Zabuza? No, there had to be something else going on. Haku was at an absurd level of 16, there was no way she would make such a mistake. If he told Kakashi about his absolute findings, he would be questioned about the source. Naruto definitely didn't want to tell anyone about the system he had and be seen as a complete delusional. The only option was directly confronting her. Naruto walked towards Zabuza's body and Kakashi, practically feeling Haku's eyes on him. Kakashi-sensei, something's not really adding up. Yeah, mind if I test something? Naruto whispered. Kakashi nodded. Sure. Naruto took a deep breath. Commence stage 1. Hey, you don't happen to be on Zabuza's side, do you? Naruto asked loudly. On second thought, this really wasn't a good idea. Haku's calm composure immediately dwindled down, his posture a nervous wreck. Sakura began walking towards the group with Tazuna behind her. Hey, guys, what's happening? A senbon was placed a millimeter to her neck a second later, Haku behind her. Or was it a clone? It didn't matter, Sakura was in trouble. Sakura, Naruto yelled in distress. Any one of you move and I'll kill her in front of your eyes. Haku's calm, comforting voice was entirely gone, replaced by the cold, monotone voice of a weapon. Naruto noticed how Kakashi's and Sasuke's hands twitched, waiting for the right moment to strike. While Sakura's predicament was horrible, it also proved one thing. Zabuza was alive. Commence stage 2. Leave Sakura alone or else I'll kill Zabuza. Right in front of your eyes, Naruto said, motioning to kunai he placed on Zabuza's neck the second he saw Haku move. This was a huge gambit, but one that could potentially pay off. Naruto had made a huge mistake, which was tempting the anger of the trigger-happy Haku instead of letting her go with the basically dead Zabuza. Haku let go of Sakura right after, her motions portraying her eagerness to keep her master alive. Sakura gasped before she ran towards Sasuke, pulling out her kunai. Good, now we can just have Kakashi kill Zabuza and team up on Haku. Naruto's kunai stabbed itself into water. They had severely underestimated Zabuza. When the hell did he switch with a clone? With a swirl of wind, Haku disappeared a second after. Naruto fell to his knees with a deep breath. It didn't go too bad, right sensei? Kakashi eyed him. We need to have a talk. The genin groaned. This wasn't going to end well at all. Opening square bracket. Dash closing square bracket. So you thought it was too much of a coincidence for the hunter nin to appear right when Zabuza lost? Kakashi asked, trying to confirm his thoughts. Naruto's sweat dropped. Pretty much, yeah. No, actually I have a blue box thing that tells me a person, name, title, occupation, and abilities at a single glance, and I've used it against Haku to find out who he really was. The truth was sometimes so unbelievable, that it was better to flat out lie. Right now, Kakashi was laid down comfortably in a sleeping bed, resting his body after the strenuous use of the Sharingan. Well, thanks to Naruto, we know that Zabuza is still alive. And while Sakura was in a strained position because of it, something bad could have happened regardless considering it was a water clone. Good job, Naruto, Kakashi said with his signature eye smile. Naruto blushed with the praise. Regardless, we need to start training once Zabuza comes back. While it was a clone, I know that the real Zabuza was heavily damaged, so, for now at least, we have time to train and be more prepared. Train, Sensei, that guy is way too strong. He's somewhere around your level, what chance do we have against him? Sakura whined. Overestimating oneself is bad, but underestimating oneself can sometimes be even more detrimental. Yes, you can beat Zabuza as of now, but the Hunter Nin is also a target. Plus, you guys are seriously improving. I was impressed by the ideas Naruto made during the whole fight, as well. Sasuke narrowed his eyes on Naruto. Was the Dobi always this smart? Or was he faking it all during the academy? Sakura nodded in agreement at the statement. She was pretty impressed by Naruto as well. Woohoo, I'm hyped to train now. Naruto exclaimed, the smile on his face working to ease the atmosphere. What are you so excited for? That's just useless. A short kid came from the hall, the perpetual frown on his face evident, ending up hugging Tazuna. Inari, these are the ninja who helped protect Grandpa during his travel. They'll help us too, Tsunami said, frowning at the kid. Inari stared blankly at them. But, Mom, these ninjas are gonna die anyways. What did you say? Naruto growled. You're no match for Gato. Don't tell me what I can and can't. Naruto, Sakura scolded, dragging the blonde back. He's just a kid, idiot. Naruto quelled his anger, before letting his grin creep back up. Activating. Skill. Will of Fire LVL1 activated. I don't know who the hell Gato is, but he stands no chance against me. No matter how many people say I can't do something, I'll prove them all wrong. I'll save you and your village in this mission. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the future Hokage of the Leaf, believe it. Inari's glare deepened. What's a Hokage? Another word for stupid. For once in his lifetime, Naruto had nothing to say. I just want my 3000 express.